Oh, how fabulous. Hello, and welcome to How Fabulous by Toni and Co. I'm Toni, and in today's episode, we chat to the very fabulous Nat Wilson from the Kingston Collective right here in Melbourne. Now, we actually hadn't met in person before this. We'd only ever had texts and emails and phone calls, but I reached out to her a little while ago about the Kingston Collective, and I loved the idea of it, and we'll go into what that is and why she started and how she actually is running it on her own and getting stuff happening. So she's a real sort of a go-getter kind of lady. She's lovely. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll put all of her details so you can check out what she does and how she does it. Hello and welcome to How Fabulous by Toni and Co. I'm Toni, and today I speak to, that sounds weird. Today my guest is the very fabulous Nat Wilson from Kingston Collective. And it's different, their handles are different on Facebook and Instagram, but you'll know her as Kingston Collective, but it's got community on the end, if that makes sense. So that's just a bit confusing, but anyway, let's start, shall we? Let's start.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome, Nat.
Thank you for inviting me here today. I'm very excited.
Are you though? Because you said you were nervous.
I'm excited.
There's no need to be nervous because look
I'm nervous.
Look how casual it is.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's awesome. I'm loving the background. I'm loving the space.
It's a beautiful space.
Yes.
And on that, just so that you know, we wouldn't be here. How Fabulous would not be here had it not been for this amazing woman, entrepreneur, mum of three, business owner, events guru, because...
You make me sound better than I am, yeah.
She is very fabulous. Because she actually introduced me to the art bar in Moorabbin. Because, and we'll go into that a bit more, but that Nat is the reason that we are actually here today. I wouldn't have them on as a sponsor, so thank you so much. It was very generous.
You're welcome. They are very cool. Caroline and Eddie are lovely. So when you were looking for a venue, I knew that this would be the perfect place. It's creative and it's colourful.
Oh, it's
and
so
you're
colourful.
Creative and colourful.
And this is Eddie's creation here. So you can't see the whole lot of it, but it's a huge wall flat that he's put flowers all over, and the rest of it, we'll show you what the art bar actually looks like.
It's very cool.
There's so much to take in and look at, and there's different areas of it, so very cool space.
Yes.
So I'm glad you feel comfortable here.
Yes.
So anyway, so here's the thing, you and I, this is actually as well, this is the first time we've actually literally made eyes on each other.
Face to face.
Exactly,
Yes.
so there's that. So this is how the world works, you know, you don't have to be seeing someone to connect with them. We actually met because the Kingston Collective was actually coming up on my, I don't know, it was one of my feeds.
Yeah.
And you had posted a story about you.
Yeah.
So a video of you. And I thought, this lady's fabulous. I need to contact her. I'm sure there's something we can do.
Yeah, work together, have some fun.
Yeah, so I followed the Kingston Collective.
Yeah.
And then I kept seeing what was going on. And it's all about, and we will talk to you about what the heck it is. And I was looking at the post and went, yep, I'm going to contact her. So I sent you a message, I think, and then we chatted on the
Instagram,
phone.
Yeah.
And then COVID came along, and there was that.
Yeah.
So we didn't
no
meet.
one did anything. Yeah.
Negative, we did not.
Yeah.
And so I just really liked your story, and I loved the fact that you'd started this community of people, of businesses in the Kingston area, and I wanted to be part of it. So there'll be heaps of stuff going on, stand by, collaborations and all sorts of wonderful things.
Fun things.
And then, skip forward and now we're here. So
finally, months later.
How did the Kingston Collective start? Like, was it Tell us everything.
Okay, so the Kingston Collective wasn't where it began. So the story began October 2019. I was having a little bit of time off from work.
October, what date? Was it the 29th? Because that's my birthday. Just saying that. Anyway, sorry, back to you.
Down.
Yes.
No, I think my first post was like the 8th of October. Look, I had some time off I'd never, even when so I've got 3 children, I never really took time off. I had, popped them out and went back to work. So hubby said, why don't you have just a little bit of downtime just for once, just stop. That was great, but a month into it I was bored.
Yeah, so your brain would have been thinking...
There's only so many cupcakes and muffins and cookies you can bake before you think, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So I thought, I've always wanted to do some local community events, because when you hit 30, you're not going to travel into St Kilda or Richmond or the city to go out. You want to stay local.
It's so true.
So much easier. When you've got kids, you can't go far. But there aren't a lot of things that you can do in your local area. It's like sort of fun things with your mates, So I thought I'd love to put on some community events where people can go to, but I want to use local businesses. I want to tap into what's here. And Moorabbin is, part residential, part industrial, and it has so many amazing businesses within it, especially event businesses.
Yeah.
You got Sound and Light, you got AV, you got venues, you catering companies. They're all, and you just got to look for them. Anyway, so I started having a look, and I started finding all of these cool places, but in little nooks and crannies. So I started an Instagram page called The Local Moorabbin, and I just started posting about it. I thought, if I find it interesting, I wonder if anyone else will. And they did. And so, I branched out and started doing, for example...
And so would you just go into a business that you'd say you went for lunch or something and went, oh, here's a thing. So you just took photos, had a chat and posted it?
Yeah, so I would... The thing is that there's always a story behind a business.
Yes,
and that's what I love to find out about. So I would chat to the owner, and then I would take a picture of the owner in their business and make it a story about them and their business, because that is what's interesting.
Yes.
You're not just going to a cafe for lunch, you're going to someone's dream.
Absolutely. And they put their heart and soul into it. Everything.
And it's a risk. So, the pressure behind that is huge. So so I wanted to make it that people could
And also,
relate.
If anyone can hear that weird noise, we're actually filming next to... There could be a saw coming up in a minute, like some sort of wood saw. They'll be in there, so don't worry about it. This is all very low-key and casual, but that's what the weird noise is.
Warehouse.
Yeah, it's a weird, fuck it. It's like an industrial area. There's creativity, people are building, it's all happening, so there's that.
Yes.
Just so people are going, what is that? I don't understand.
Yeah. Yes, so I just started posting about that, and it grew a little bit. And I had spoken, the Kingston Council contacted me and said, why don't you make a business directory for Moorabbin?
Oh, the council said they contacted you.
And just as an idea. Yeah, why don't you do this? This is great.
I love it. Hey, that's cool.
I thought, okay, that's a bit limiting. I'd love to create a community where business owners can come together. So why don't we start with the City of Kingston?
Yeah.
And then
beyond.
Yeah.
Because it's about connection.
Totally. Connecting,
it's all about
community and collaborations.
Yep.
Like, there's this is a collaration. It's collaboration between you and I, but between you and Art Bar. It's like a spider web. So from there I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, let's give it a crack, red hot crack. And I changed the name from the Local Moorabbin to the Kingston Collective. And again, just kept going with the social media just to see where it went, and then from there built the business and events directory, which is a tool. I want it to become a community hub where people go to find their local business.
Yep, right.
And also see what local events are happening in the area that they can get involved with.
And if they are organising an event, then they can tap into that database, really. So my business, Toni and Co, that do all sorts of stuff, I'm on the community, the Kingston Collective.
You're a member? You're on the directory?
For sure. And I see that you've got an event coming up shortly. I feel like it's in a week or two.
The networking event.
Yeah, the networking
just
event.
Posted in May.
Yeah, nice. And so then Nat brings on different members to do different things at different events, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah,
and
so
it's an amazing way.
Showcasing our members, letting people know who's out there, what they can do.
Love it. And it's an opportunity. Like, what I love about it is I love that it's started in your brain somewhere, probably in the middle of the night. You went, that.
the skills to
and
go.
then it's just grown to this big thing that just organically is just making its way out. And then, you know, the fact that I'm now sitting in this place, Caroline's now sort of, you know, connecting with, so Caroline from the Art Bar is now connecting with me, and then I'm connecting on with other people, and I'm now connecting with you, and you're, and it just goes on and on, like you said, like a spider web.
It is, yeah.
And it's all in the community. So if I want to find a caterer or a venue or a trade or a lawyer or an accountant or a florist or whatever the heck it might be, I can go to the Kingston Collective and go or, you know, or interior designer, anything. So it's all about that. And also, you know what I love about going to those sorts of networking events, when it's not sort of, you know, like a very corporate vibe, because I would imagine, I haven't been to one of your events yet, but I'll go to this one. I can imagine that the vibe is very much not stuffy and
networking events.
Because they can
traditionally are so awkward.
But they're not going to be.
Oh, they're not. No. So we want to take all of the awkwardness out. So I've run a lot of networking events in my previous jobs. I've also attended a lot of networking events myself. The thought of going, people are like, oh, do you know, but it's something you need to do if you want to build your network and do. So what we want to do is take that out. So we ran our first one in March. So as soon as people arrive, that's the awkward moment. You walk into a room, you don't know anyone, you think, oh, I've got to make a connection, got to do small talk. No, so as soon as people arrived, they were given a task. So we had activities going. For that one, they had coloured name tags. They were either green or orange, and they had to go and join that group, and the group as a whole had to figure out why or what they all had in common. So immediately they were placed with a person or a group of people, and they had to talk about different things. So they didn't have to just stand there and think, okay, who am I going to talk to?
That's a clever way to do things.
Okay.
Because that sort of, when you walk through a door and you don't know anyone, and a networking event is something that you would usually go to on your own or with your business partner, but generally it's on your own. And you walk in and you go, oh my God, give me some champagne, I don't know what to do.
This is awkward.
And it's awkward, and you don't want that. Because you know, events, and this is your background as well as you know, what I'm very interested and involved in doing, it is about creating ambience. It's about creating a feeling, and it's about encouraging connection with people, whatever they do in life, but you know, joining them together so that they feel really comfortable, because when people are comfortable, you get the very best out of them, don't you?
And you want them to have an experience while you're there. I think events are so experience based, because whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, you still have an experience. So it's about making sure you get that right in what you're doing. And do you find that sort of seeking out different businesses, do you find that you're still trying to seek out businesses, or you're finding that businesses are coming to you? To join the Kingston Collective, I think it comes in waves. I think we're still fairly new. So I mean, I'm still, as any business, sort of tapping people on the shoulder going, hey, have you seen what we're doing?
Do you know what? I think that's a really, see, that in itself is, I mean, that's a really brave thing to be doing, you know. I do it all the time, and it scares the shit out of me, because you know, there's always that fear of rejection and people going, I don't.
Yeah, no thanks.
I don't care.
I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Exactly that. But, you know, so to be able to go out there and go, you know what, this is what I do, and you put it all out there is, you know, it's a really sort of a vulnerable space to be in.
Absolutely.
So kudos for that, because I understand what you're doing. But you then get the people that really understand what you're doing, that go, I do want to be involved in that.
But the people who want to be involved
and
part of their community, they're the people that we want, you know.
Do you find that spurs you on and to keep going?
Absolutely,
because as a small business owner, it can be very lonely out there, can't it?
It's very lonely, and I never, because I've always worked, you know, at big organisations, I've never worked on my own before, and I didn't realise how lonely it was.
It can be. And
in those moments of low, it doesn't help that you're by yourself. My dog, the turtle or the lizard, give me nothing. you know, they just sit and look at me. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing, and
And especially when you're doing something, you know, that's creative or that involves, you know, really about people, and you turn around and go, oh, there's no one for me to talk to them about that. What do you think? And you and I have had those conversations over the last few months anyway, of ringing up and going, you know, just and bouncing ideas off and kind of, you know, propping each other up, because you can have moments of, I don't know.
What am I doing?
What am I doing? Yeah.
Totally.
And also, that's a plane. Can you hear the plane going overhead?
We're near Moorabbin Airport.
Oh, so there's that.
What else are we going today?
I know, hilarious. We just need someone to come in and start mowing the lawns in here or something.
Some musical instruments.
Yeah. Why not? I love it. It's all just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? So this is a wonderful thing. And have you just met some of the most wonderful people through?
I have to say, I genuinely love what I'm doing, because the people I'm meeting, like so we've had networking events, but we also do a premium members meetup. When you walk,
that's me.
That's you.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, when?
Yes. So we skipped April. It was all a bit too much. School holidays, Easter.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. I might have dropped a ball there. But when we walk away from those, the feeling that I get afterwards, seeing all of these amazing people talking and getting along, and they're having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and they come and tell me how they're now working together or they're collaborating on something. It's such a sense of achievement for me, even though I'm not directly involved in what they're doing. I've played a small part in providing the space and the opportunity for people to connect. So that's really rewarding, and I love that. And I'm making lots of friends along the way, which is really lovely. You know, just knowing what people are doing, getting to know them personally as well.
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing, because, you know, behind every business, it's not just a nameless, you know, a lot of them aren't massive organisations. They are all local. Some are small, one person right up to, you know, whatever. Yeah. But it is all about the person and what they're doing and the story, and actually getting to know what they do and why they're doing it. You know, wanting to know why you do it. I mean, you do it because you can't not do it. Yeah. You love doing it. You need to keep doing this and do events. And I'm pissed off that I missed the flipping the beer one. You did a beer tour thing.
Well, they're still going. So we've got one on the 1st of May. The one on the 30th of May. It's an ongoing thing. I'm hoping to get them running once a month.
I did not know that.
Get them going. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I'll get a posse of people doing that.
Yes, great.
Because
so much
in Moorabbin,
fun.
how many microbreweries are here?
So, well, there's 2 in Moorabbin, because Stomping Ground's about to open. But between Moorabbin and Seaford, there's 9.
Is that an exclusive on Toni and How Fabulous by Toni and Co?
About Stomping Ground?
Yeah, is that they?
No, I think most people know they're
okay, that's a second exclusive then. So there it is. Newsflash.
They're opening soon. Well, when they do open, they're going to be very cool. So between Moorabbin and Seaford, there are 9 craft beer breweries.
Oh my life, 9.
9.
So and we're just taking over the whole of Melbourne for beer.
Oh, so throw in some gin distilleries. So we've got, St. Felix, who make their own gin, green tea.
Wait, what? Who makes the gin?
St. Felix. They're based in
Look at me writing down all the alcohol places.
Well, you can follow. So I've started a new page called the Bayside Beer Belt. So we have classed it the Bayside Beer Belt. One of the workers at Wolf of the Willows came up with the name. I won't take the credit. Because it is, there's no other there's no other corridor in Melbourne that has that many breweries
huge.
in it. So, it's
really
like
impressed.
the Mornington Peninsula, Yarra Valley. You go for wine or you come to the Bayside Beer Belt for beer.
What a great thing to do for a birthday.
Yes.
So there it is.
Birthday,
look at you, little
corporate events.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a bus, our local bus driver, Southern Star Tours, David, just around the corner. He's a legend. He is our bus driver. So he's got the smallest bus is a bus of 20, but he's got bigger buses.
And so do they book through the Kingston Collective?
Yeah. So you can book one ticket or you can book a group of 10.
All right. And then you just do this tour.
You just join in. We go to 4 breweries in a day. We have some lunch. We play some games. There's a winning team at the end.
So you do the tours.
So I've
Each time.
hosted them, yeah. But I've just organised someone to come on board to help me do those.
Fantastic. Oh, yeah, I'm into that.
Loads of
I think it
fun.
sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. So by the end of, so we've done one, so the first one's in another week and a half. By the end of the first tour, you know, strangers were, you know, high-fiving on the way out. And
Oh, I love that.
the activity, the winning team was decided by a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
And these two guys played a game of rock, paper, scissors, and they hugged it out at the end. It was beautiful to watch two strangers
that's
hugging it out over
cool.
rock, paper, scissors, but just having a fun day.
Yeah.
And that is the whole point, is having an experience.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And, you know, like Kingston, so, you know, Morty Alec's pretty happening now.
Yes.
But sort of going further down, you know, sort of Aspendale, Edithvale, Chelsea, Bombeach,
Yes.
Diddler. So where
Yeah,
does Kingston stop? Is that...
Kingston stops, I think it's along the Patterson Lakes River.
so before Patterson Lakes?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So all that area, you know, you do really think, oh, there's not much here, but actually there is.
There's heaps there.
There's a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah, and I do need to get down and explore that area a lot more. But yeah, it's I used to live in Edithvale for a short while, so I know it's beautiful down there. The beaches are, you know,
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful place to live.
And you're a local girl.
Yes, yes. So I grew up in East Bentley and now live in Moorabbin.
So you haven't decided you ever want to go across the river?
No, well, we lived in Edithvale for a short while, but you know, our friend base was back here, and hubby's always worked in town, so just that driving commute was a little bit longer. So we just wanted to get back. He grew up in Sandy himself, Sandringham.
So you guys are locals.
We're locals, yeah.
Yeah, you're real locals.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Well, we found this area sort of a bit later because we were living. My husband's English, and I'm from Aotearoa.
Yeah.
And so then I moved to Adelaide, and then we met in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Melbourne, we were living the life in St Kilda.
Oh,
you
nice,
know?
yeah.
And of course, we were talking
20s,
before
yeah.
in the 20s, but when you hit 30s, you're like, what? I've got to go to the suburbs quickly.
Yeah, I've got to go to the burbs. I'm getting old when I hit 30.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we moved down this way, and never had I thought for a second that even this area existed. And our first house was in Chelsea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so we've then
Beautiful
sort of
beach.
stayed in here and went to the peninsula, but we actually have now come back because it's so beautiful.
Yes.
The beaches are so beautiful, and we've seen a really big change in this area over the last, 10, 15 years or so.
Yeah.
You know, it's really changed a lot.
But each little suburb is growing too.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Parkdale or, Mentone, especially with the rail changes, they're all...
Yes.
Mentone's looking beautiful. I worked in Mentone for 10 years and I saw the change in that as well. And they're just little hubs. Yeah.
And do you think, so you'll never move out of this area?
No.
No.
We
You're here
like
for
it
good.
too much, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got our friend base here. We've got no desire to go anywhere else.
Well, you can't
We
because
might
your
retire
business
in
is
the
here.
country.
You must
Yeah.
always stay here.
Yeah.
So there's that. You can't go.
There's that, yeah.
Yeah. You can't go
I
anywhere.
move, I don't have a business. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't start up some sort of opposing
Yeah.
something. It's all about
Don't
the
know where
Kingston.
I'd go. Yeah.
But I think you should. I mean, you might expand anyway because the idea for this is just such a wonderful thing that so many people resonate with. And businesses and single people. And look, you've got people on your database that are just, when I say database, I'm talking about the Kingston Collective, that are like artists and as well.
Absolutely.
Cleaners, you name it.
Anything, anyone that
there.
has a business, any type of business can be listed. Yeah. Which is what makes it so special. So, don't think, I've got to... I'm not going to find someone and you can Google it as well. I mean, I know you can Google, but the thing is with our directory, people are leaving lovely local reviews.
Yeah. And a review,
and that's
I think,
what I like.
is a special thing.
Yeah.
And someone uses your service and they'll tell someone and then they write a review on the database.
Yeah.
And that personal recommendation means everything.
Absolutely.
And if you've got someone local,
they're
local and they want the business. And that's the thing, when you start a business, you don't start it because you've got nothing better to do. You start it because you love what you're doing.
You love what you do, yeah.
You're passionate about
There's
it.
a passion usually behind it, yeah.
Exactly.
Or you've seen a need in a market.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're good at it. But mostly it's, I think, and I'm interested to hear what you say, it's because you feel really passionate about what you're doing. That's why you start your own business.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well, in what I've been doing, I've learned that there's two main reasons people will start their business. The passion, you know, that they love what they do, so they want to share that with people. Or people come across a need in a market, they're looking for something themselves, they can't find it, and they think, well, they've got that obviously entrepreneur brain, and they think, I'm going to do this. Yeah. So something can become your passion. They just find that they see the gap in the market and then they go for it. So they're the two reasons that I found that people will start a business.
Yeah. But if you don't, then if you start it for the latter reason and you don't find the passion in it, it's hard to keep the motivation.
The motivation is harder, yeah, absolutely. I mean, not that I wouldn't know because I haven't started it for that reason, but
yeah, you love what you do. I love what I do. And that's the thing. I think there's, you know, I don't think I could do what I do, and I work across lots of different industries.
Yes.
But if I didn't really love it, I couldn't get out of bed and keep doing it and do
you wouldn't
crazy
have the
hours.
energy for it.
Oh, no, just no.
And I found also when you do your own business, there's so much more involved.
Yeah.
You need energy
for
to
sure.
put into it because your brain's always thinking.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't really stop.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's right.
even you know, if you have a paid job, you go 9 to 5, you finish, you go home, or you might do a little bit of overtime.
Yeah.
When you got your own job, it's like you're replying at night to people, or on the weekend. I know if hubby takes the kids to the footy, for example, I'll be like, oh, I've got 4 hours to do some work.
Yeah, that's right.
Instead of thinking, oh, I've got 4 hours to have a bath and watch a movie.
Yeah. But that's not, so this is what I'm saying, that's not a bad thing if you really love what you do.
Absolutely.
So my
Or if you want
downtime
to.
is looking at furniture, is looking at clothes, is creating mood boards, is thinking about who I can connect with, is thinking about a shoot, is thinking about, all sorts of stuff, and not necessarily sitting down and reading a book.
Yeah.
There's always an idea or something that I'm thinking about,
Yes.
and that kind of soothes my brain.
Yeah, well, you're doing something for you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
How fabulous. I love that we now actually know each other, and actually it's interesting because had I not seen your video and we've only talked, I actually wouldn't have known that was you coming in before, but I have actually seen you, so there's that. Because I was like, how am I going to, what she looks like.
No, I've seen her,
But
yeah.
now we've met.
Which is nice, which is funny. The amount of people I've met during COVID on email, direct message, or on the phone,
Yeah.
you forget that you actually haven't met them in person. So it's not until your first time you're like, oh, I know you, but I don't know you.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, thank you so much for coming in to be my guest.
Thank you for having me.
And are you still nervous?
No, I'm quite
exactly.
relaxed.
I
I'm
love
sitting
it.
in my chair.
I love it. All right, Nat. Well, we'll put all of Nat's what do you call those things?
Handles?
Oh my God, handles. Handles on the thing below. Do you know what I'm talking about? And so you can follow her and be part of the Kingston Collective, and then on social media it's community as well. But that's what it is. And yes, Toni and Co are definitely on it as well. So it's a great thing to be part of. It's all about connection, community, and people. That's what it is.
And having some fun.
Oh yeah, actually, sorry. You should put the fun first because it's more about fun than anything else. So I'm always up for fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right then. Thanks so much, Nat.
Thanks, Toni.
See you.